Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot.
ThaBoxingvoice production.
To get to where I got you.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it. Well, it's like this. Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. BoxingVoice.com. To get to where I got you. BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another spontaneous edition of the Boxing Voice. And if you don't know, you need to be subscribed so you can continue to get those notifications every time we go live. Today, we're back with another spontaneous edition to discuss Jarrell Big Baby Miller and the possibility of him fighting Johann Duhaupas or Duhaupas. So many different ways this has been pronounced. So what we'll do is we'll get Jeffrey on the job.
Johann Duhaupas.
Duhaupas. All right. So we'll go with Johann Duhaupas on April 28th in an HBO co-feature, allegedly on the undercard of Daniel Jacobs versus Sulecki. I'll get my friend Jeffrey on the job once again.
Maciej
Sulecki. So we'll say Sulecki or Sulecki. I know we've heard it different ways on Showtime, but Duhaupas, a guy that people, weren't really happy about when he faced another heavyweight in the division, all of a sudden is becoming a resume filler. I'm going to go out to my co-hosts all over the world, starting with the Hipster Hunter in California.
ThaBoxingvoice production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it? Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
BoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knock out now. When the main thing is, I just help the guy. I wish.
BoxingVoice.com.
Your haters everywhere, and I know Duhaupas does get some hate from our audience, for whatever reason. But since his loss to Deontay Wilder, he's sort of been on the come up. He's already beat and had a TKO win over Robert Lainez, who just had a fight with Dylan White. And so there's storylines here. Joe Miller obviously is signed with Eddie Hearn in some capacity. Maybe this is a eliminator for a AJ fight. That's my opinion. That's my hypothesis or theory about this matchup in particular, and the pairing obviously with Matchroom USA cards overall with Jarrell Miller. We're going to get the winner of this fight probably against AJ sometime in 2018. Something to look out for. And overall, I think this is a great fight against two top 15 guys in the division. Can't wait to chop it up.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one to stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their court. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up!
What's going on, TBV? We're here talking about Big Baby Miller. He's been under the radar because of the recent social media rants against Wilder, but now he's facing Duhaupas. It's a step up for Big Baby Miller. Duhaupas, like Ness just said, he's been serving up as like a resume guy. You know what I mean? They're feeding him to the lions, sort of like a gatekeeper. But it'll be interesting enough to see how he deals with a guy like that. Duhaupas is a tough ass dude, so okay, I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. Step up for him.
Yeah, Duhaupas is best known for his stoppage defeat of Deontay Wilder in 2016. Obviously, Wilder being the most popular guy he's faced. He is a 37-year-old guy. And he last took a short notice fight with Alexander Povetkin. He was there to actually watch the fight with Povetkin and Bermane Stiverne. Stiverne pulled out of the fight when Povetkin tested super duper hot for PDs the night of the fight. Then Hoppus in the crowd was asked, did he want to fight? And he fought. Not so sure how true this story is, but
what do you mean?
Go on to corroborate that the fact that he took it on 24-hour short notice.
He did.
Kind of matching that or pairing that with the fact that he didn't even have on boxing shoes. He had on regular sneakers in the ring. This is how unprepared Duhaupas was for this Povetkin fight. He was offered and accepted the fight within 24 hours. And then I get it. I mean, you're there to watch the fight and they offer you a big fat check. It's like, fuck it.
Remember, Ness, that was the Stiverne Povetkin fight at one point, and Povetkin actually popped for PEDs.
I said all that.
No, I don't think you mentioned Stiverne specifically. I just wanted to add that extra context.
He said Bermane Stiverne.
I don't remember.
Pulling out because of Povetkin testing super duper hot was the words I used. Yeah. So it's all good though. You're actually, on point, trying to make sure that I'm on point. And what we need to ask each other is, how good of a fight is this? I usually like to put hate it or love it in the title. Why? Because do we hate it? Do we love it? And I think that I don't hate it. I love it. It's a fight that continues to build Jarrell Miller in the direction of an Anthony Joshua or a Deontay Wilder. Lainez was a tall guy. Wait, no, it was Vach. Maurice Vach was a tall guy. And Jarrell Miller was able to bully him, pretty much bully everybody. Let's just face it. No one's been able to put him on the back foot. He is leaning over on guys like Gerald Washington, Maurice Vach. And if he can do this to Duhaupas, whose biggest win is Robert Lainez when he knocked him out in spectacular fashion. A guy that, remember, Robert Lainez just went life and death with fucking Dillian White, Mr. Everybody wants him to fight Deontay Wilder. So just a lot of context to take in. People need to start giving some of these fighters a little more respect than they initially do, because Duhaupas was a guy that was dragged through the mud, and now he's on just about everyone's resume.
I definitely say that he's at least a top 15 opponent. I mean, that win over Robert Lainez is at least somewhat credible in some capacity.
He did way better than Dillian White. Dillian White went 12 rounds, took shots, and this guy knocked him out, and he's 37.
Agreed. Do I hate it or love it? I don't know if to say I love it. I think it's the right fight for probably both guys at this point. It's a competitive matchup. It's an even matchup, so I definitely like it. I'm definitely going to watch and be interested in it. I know we used to say, like, is it a fight party, recording, whatever it is. Obviously, with the pairing of Daniel Jacobs, it's probably going to be like you have to watch it live. Definitely not a fight party worthy card, but it's definitely one you have to watch live now with Daniel Jacobs on the card against Sulecki, who is definitely a tough competitor, one that may not be known to the hardcores, but he's already knocked out Hugo Centeno Jr., who Jamal Charlo is fighting next. So that's going to be a great main event and also a great co-main event of the card. So I like the overall event.
Gave Antoine Douglas his first loss.
Mm-hmm.
Second time, Big Baby Miller. Yeah. What'd you say, Matt?
So this is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a good event. So I'm hyped.
This is the second time he opens up for Big Baby too.
I mean, Matt said, fight party and things like that. Our rating systems, Doomsday. I would say this is more like a DVR.
With Daniel Jacobs on the card?
I mean, Jacobs is fighting someone that you and I know, but the world doesn't know Antoine Douglas, so they don't know that Sulecki beat him, and the world probably doesn't know who you said he also beat.
Hugo Centeno.
Yeah, they don't know they don't know him either. You know what I mean? So
I think the average listener to this show will watch it live.
Maybe. Again, Sulecki, 7 out of 10 callers didn't watch any of Sulecki fights live.
Hey, I'll put it this way. If it's on the right network, which this is on because it's on HBO, it will get viewers regardless. The ESPN card with Gilberto Ramirez out.
It'll be a good test. it'll be a good test, Doomsday, to see where Daniel Jacobs is in terms of popularity. Could this card still come close to 1 million?
We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I mean, he's the star of the matchup. So most of the the people that are going to be viewing, they're going to be turning in to watch Danny. I don't know what sort of crowd Sulecki brings. What's his nationality, Matt or Ness? Do you know?
Well, while you guys check that, what do you guys think this means for Matchroom USA? This is their second card. This is
he's Poland. So he's gonna bring a killer crowd, man.
Especially in New York. Yeah, he's gonna
this fight is actually slated for April 28th in a co-feature at the Barclays Center. So, what do you guys think this does in terms of
but ticket sales?
The gate's gonna be good. The gate's gonna be good. The viewership. I think it's gonna do better than the Lewis Aries fight.
Definitely, it's gonna do better than.
But I think that's only because there's more traction with Daniel Jacobs with HBO.
I think that's
more viewers.
This topic is about Jarrell Miller, and we continue to bring up Daniel Jacobs and the reason why people will tune in. And Miller is from Brooklyn, but his opponent is not. He's a Frenchman, 37-year-old Frenchman. Does this do anything for the profile raising of a Jarrell Miller
not for the
New York City?
Not for the casuals, probably not for in New York City, but for the hardcores, for the pundits, the media. I think they're going to respect this matchup. They're going to like this fight, and that might mean more down the line because the reaction. Let's say Jarrell Miller goes out here and knocks out Duhaupas. The reaction from the media might set the tone for the casual fan to follow.
The American education system uses letter grades. I don't know if they've changed that in the elementary system, but we'll stick to that. A being the best, F being the worst. Grade Matchroom and their second attempt at Matchroom USA and their promoting of both Jarrell Miller and Daniel Jacobs with this potential news that we have here, Doomsday. What do you give Matchroom USA letter grade for putting together this alleged card?
I mean, you got to give them credit. They're holding
letter grade. I mean, you can explain.
Yeah,
we need a grade.
We give them the grade. I think I'm gonna go with a B minus.
B minus. I like it.
Potential lunatic in the chat says B. Dr. Mofongo says D minus. Matt, you say you like his B. What is your grade?
I'm probably going towards a B. Maybe if I'm being very optimistic, maybe a B plus. But in terms of promotion, because you asked, I think that's a very separate letter grade. That's incomplete right now. Because most of these fights that we're talking about are not officially announced yet. So the promotional buildup for this event hasn't started yet. So I can't grade that. But I hope they will continue to improve that arc of it because I think the last event definitely got a D or a C minus or an F in terms of promotion because I felt like that event was very underpromoted and underwhelming overall. Hopefully this one is better promoted.
Well, I think it's about that time for final thoughts. Quick reminders for everyone that loves the show. Hit that thumbs up button. Does not matter whether it's the future, present, past. Always is going to help with the visibility of the show. So we would appreciate it if you do it in the pre or the post. And we encourage all our listeners to understand that this is a fan-driven show, so your support is always welcome. Head on over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice and become a patron of The Boxing Voice and ensure that we continue to bring you the best possible coverage for this sport. Don't forget that your money isn't the only way that you can support. You can drop us a 5-star review on iTunes. You can use our hyperlink to Amazon whenever doing any Amazon shopping by heading on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/affiliates. Using those links also bring us a kickback. They make sure that Matt and Doomsday do all Camp Lives with everyone. Look, this time we're doing a huge production Camp Life and all our Border Wars attendees and Patreons will be blessed to what Patreon has just included into the app. It's basically a storytelling feature where now we can do live stories, and I know that Matt really enjoys that. So we'll be doing live Patreon stories only for our Patreons on our Camp Life road trip and 24/7 all access a la TBV with the heavyweight champion of the world, the WBC, Deontay Brom Squad, Wilder, all that good stuff. Look, I'm trying to get some motherfucking promotional plugs in because we obviously need support. So, if you can't afford anything, hit the thumbs up. That is absolutely free. Peace.
Or you can always go to amcreditrepair.com. Use the promo code ThaBoxingVoice. If you have any credit issues right now, head over to that .com, amcreditrepair.com. Use the promo code ThaBoxingVoice. Satisfaction 100% guaranteed, or your money back. Yes, you heard it right. And that's another great way to support the show. Absolutely free of you, and it does help you out with your credit. Plus, Ruthie's Pasteles over in the tri-state area. Definitely go follow them on IG.
Delivering to the entire tri-state.
Yes, delivering. And man, I'll put it this way. I'm not really, that Hispanic, even though I am Spanish. I'm fake Spanish. But I go on IG, I see their pictures of that food, and I'm like, damn, I wish I was in the tri-state area and I can deliver some of that shit because that looks amazing.
I just had a dozen. It's funny. This is not going to sound organic or truthful at all, but it is. I did 6 yesterday. Doomsday was there, and he literally let me eat 4. I gave his cousin Elias 2. Then he's gonna say, "Yo, man, I'm hungry."
You know what it was? Man, I felt like I was around lions, and like everybody was like, and I'm like, damn, it looks like they're just not gonna stop. So why ask? It's not. I didn't feel right.
Those were chicken too. Those were chicken. They were great. But listen, I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. And Doomy, you're up.
Well, yeah, definitely check out Ruthie's Pasteles. I'll be ordering my own dozen because I couldn't get a pastel. But other than that, support us on Patreon and definitely check out Mixed Combat Radio for your latest MMA news. Check out TBV Casual Fan, and you can check me out on the
fanapparel.com.
That's right. I actually, I was looking at all his vids last night too, man. We gotta get more shirts. Cash Wheezy.
Yeah, Cash. He's got some ill designs, man. It's just he's like I don't know. Whoever painted on the ceiling, I'm sure they took extremely long. That's what Casual does with production. I'm telling you. I just got delivered some shirts that he owed me from like 12 months ago.
He's marinating it. But you can catch me on IG also. That's Alex_Doomsday_Lainez. And you can check me out. I just started my YouTube channel. It's the Doomsday Chronicles. You can check me out there. I got limited content, just started, but I'll be uploading weekly for you guys.
And if you want to find those channels, head over to the Boxing Voice on YouTube, and it's in the featured channel section. You can find all the related channels to the Boxing Voice, featuring a wide range of topics and discussions that you can get. That's beside boxing. I'm Matt Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram. And like Doomsday so properly said, Mixed Combat Radio on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. Peace.
Nestor.
Border Wars?
Nestor.
Ooh.
Matt?
Yeah, Border Wars show? Are we coming back with the Border Wars show?
I was saying message because you're the producer, so I was going to ask you, when's the next episode of Boxing Voice en Español?
That is definitely not up to me because I don't run that
You're the producer.
I don't run that department. I produce.
You gotta call me. You gotta call me, producer. You gotta call me. You gotta be in touch with me.
Look, I'm the sound engineer of that show. I'm not the producer of the show.
You're changing your title mid-show. He's a sound engineer.
To the Spanish department of TBV, I'm definitely only the sound engineer. I'm not the producer.
Google Translate.
All right, listen, but don't forget to subscribe. And if you're a fan of Border Wars, keep your eyes peeled out. We will be back today with a Border Wars show because the new registration is out. If you want to join Border Wars, check it out. Head on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com. Check out the banner on the right. Click it and just go to Border Wars. Sign up and become part of our panel. You never know if you're going to make it or not. We got to screen you, get you a fight. But if you don't know what Border Wars is, head on over to YouTube and check out the official trailer done by our very own Mickey Caparelli and Beetlejuice Films, who are putting in tremendous work. Expect big things in the next coming weeks here from, TBV as we embark on our journey to the WBC champion in the heavyweight division, Deontay Wilder's camp for this big fight with Luis Ortiz. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.